Hello. In this session, I'm going to go over how to use SAS Data Miner to do association analysis. What you see on screen here is actually a couple of pages from the book, and which has data on banking services, and there are data from 8,000 customers, and basically we have data on what the account number is and what type of service the customer has. And there are 8,000 customers, there are 32,000 rows, and each row represents a customer service combination. So same customer may have multiple rows and there are multiple services customer may use, such as ATM or automobile loan, credit card, or certificate deposit, and so on. So multiple products the customer may have purchased. So we'd like to try and see which two products kind of go together, and so on. So we're going to use the market basket analysis part of SAS Data Miner to do this. Alright, and I'm going to pretty much walk you through this exercise. And so to get started, we need to start up our SAS Data Miner, and it'll take a few seconds, so I'm going to pause my screen and come back to it. Alright, SAS is I'm starting the SAS Data Miner, the JNLP file, and it's going to fetch the application from the server and have me start it. Okay, as before, we need to log in. Here you go. So let's start a new project, and I'm going to save it on the SAS app workspace server. I'll give it a name, banking. So that's it. So that should create a new project for us. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and create a new diagram, and I'll call it association analysis. I'm pretty much following the steps given in the book. I may not use the same names as recommended in the book, but most steps they work pretty much fine. So you could also try it yourself. Alright, now let's create a new data source. We want to use a metadata repository as a source, and the data set is already saved in the ABA1 folder or library, so it's in the shared data folder, libraries, ABA1. That's called bank services. Click OK. Next. Alright, so we got data, number of observations 32,367, and basic data setting is fine. Alright, now we need to set up the column metadata. There are 3 columns: account, service, and visit, and they have to be assigned a proper role. And if we refer back to the notes here, we want to assign metadata to the table variables as follows: account to ID role, and service to target role, and visit to sequence role. Okay, so account, change this to ID role, service to target, and visit to sequence. Okay, that's what. Click next. Just click no for this. Do you want to create a samples data set? No, we'll just use all the records. And you may change the name and role. And here what I want is bank services. I want to use this to, I'm going to use the transactions part. Use it as transactions, a whole bunch of transactions. Okay, so that's the next step, step 7 in the exercise. Click next. Alright, metadata completed. So it's click finish. Alright, so we got the data in. And next we need to pull the data onto the diagram. Okay. Next, what we want to do is go to the explore and find the association, drag and drop it here, link this to here. Okay, so association is the technique we're going to use on this transactions data. And a couple of things we have to change in the association properties as given here. We want to select the association node, and we want to choose rule by ID. Okay, and we want to use set export rule by ID to yes. Okay, so this will help us save the rules. Alright, so let's go down to properties of association, export rule by ID, click yes. Alright, and the other options are minimum confidence level, which is default is set to 10%, support type, default is 1%. We don't have to change any of that. And once you got all this, and we have to go back, and we don't want to use a visit variable, so we need to set that up. So go back here, and in the variables dialog box, visit, if you want to use, set no, we don't want to use visit. Okay, and click OK. Alright, so that is done, and now we're done with everything, so we can be ready to run our analysis. So how do you do that? Simply highlight association, click run. Yes, it'll take a few seconds. Okay, here we have the results are out, so click on results. Okay, here there is a so what we have is we have the rules are set up. X implies Y, so the X is on the left hand side of the rule, and the right hand side of the rule. So the left hand side of the rule, if you hover over these little dots on the same row, you notice it says the left hand rule is CKCRD, that is check card, and I'm sorry, the left hand rule is SVG, that is savings account. You go to the next one, the left hand rule is SVG, savings, and so on. So on this row that I'm clicking on, it all corresponds to savings on the left hand side. Okay, and the ones in red, that got high confidence level, and so if we have savings and then checking kind of follows that, so there's a high association. All right. And similarly, if you go up a vertical line here, let's say look at this one. So see here, the left hand rule is a combination of checking and credit card, and that on the right hand side, I'm sorry, on the right hand side is home equity loan. Yeah, okay. So if I go up the line here, this corresponds to home equity loan on the right hand side, and the left hand side varies, ATM or savings and checking, and so on. And also it shows you the confidence for each combination. So it does all those calculations for us and plots them, and also does some color coding so that we can quickly pick some high confident rules, and then quickly zoom in on them. And also the same confidence data is also shown as a table here. So we have the rules on the, I believe it is in descending order of confidence, I'm not sure. Okay, in descending order of lift. Okay, now lift, if the lift value is above 1, that means it's high association. If the lift value is close to 1, then that means there is no association. If the lift value is less than 1, then there is negative association. So high association we have between checking and credit card, implying check card, and also check card implying checking and credit card, check card implying credit card, and so on. So in other words, we have the rules that are most significant ones show up right on top. And also the same rules can be viewed by going to view rules, rule description. That'll show you just a list of rules here. There you go. So rule 1, rule 2, and so on. So in other words, once you got the data in ready, data miner will go through and find all the rules that are significant for you, and then you can use them for better packaging your products and services and so on. Alright, so that is the kind of a short exercise on how to use SAS Data Miner for association analysis. Thank you.